Hi guys. Right, if you're on, can you tell me, because I did try the OBS thing, but I fucked it up. Yeah, I completely fucked it up. So hang on. Right. Yeah, well, good evening. I just want to well, just do this live because as always, I've got shit to say. Just saying. And I'm going to end with Richard Mallett, who's who's a dodgy solicitor. I'm going to be ending with that because there's some really important. So I want to leave people with that thought. But yeah, I didn't. I was thinking earlier on, what can I say? What have I got to say? And it started off as one line, and do you know what? This world's just shit. That's all that you know. I've disabled my YouTube comments. Yeah, if anyone wants to say something, just come on the Facebook and say it. Yeah, because do you know what? It's just fucking ridiculous. People ain't, you know. Yeah. I'm a chronic speed freak. Okay, was it my skinny like wasting away body that give me away on that one? Yeah, but I can't even be bothered with their bullshit. So yeah, I mean, I always welcome constructive criticism. No problem with that. Yeah, I interact with people on Facebook. So you know, if you've got something to say, then yeah, you can say it on Facebook, right? I put up on Facebook. This is what's prompted this as well. I put up on Facebook a doc about 3 days ago, and it's by a guy called Eddie English. He's from BitChute, and it's titled "The Darkest Documentary of 2021," and he weren't joking. It's it is hard hitting. Not many I'm not gonna lie. It takes a lot to make me cry, and I was welling up because when I was talking about the human meat consumption a few weeks ago, I think like a lot of people were thinking, no, you're going a step too far, Nikki. Well, I'm not too well. I don't think anyone will be aware of this. McDonald's, who I said was the main purchaser, they are being investigated by the FBI because in their factories, yeah, where they mince up all the meat and shit, there was human meat found. No conspiracy theory, people. This is fact. And then when they inspected, was inspect that obviously there was a bit of a madness gone on, so they've started inspecting the factories. 90%, 90% of the factories that have been inspected contain traces of human meat. And not just human meat. The bits that were found were like they couldn't have come from it's child meat, and that's a fact. The FBI are investigating. Do you know why the fuck is that not worldwide news? Like that's you know I knew it went on, but 90%. Are you having a laugh? And yet, no, people just go about their business. Oh, well, okay, go buy a Big Mac. Well, enjoy that Big Mac, mate. Because it makes me laugh because when horse meat, when people thought, like, horse meat was there was a madness. All I said, like, oh, child meat, no problem. come on, man. How sick. How sick. Like, these people are just like it, and it's on a scale that I'm flabbergasted. I've been flabbergasted a lot lately. But I recommend anybody to go and, it's hard hitting and it's hard to stomach, but it's all fact based. It does give you a warning when it comes up to very graphic detail, and it's not graphic detail like this, like Planned Parenthood. Yeah, but remember Bill Gates' old man. He's a big player. I think he's a chairman of Planned Parenthood. Yeah, there was there was a few people, and they was doing undercover work in Planned Parenthood for 30 months, and these people's footage is horrendous. Like, they're babies, and they're just like, it is so fucking bad. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a fact. Yeah, it's a fact. And yet, everyone's getting vaccinated from that. The motherfucker that oversees that. People are going getting vaccinated. What the fuck? Like, you see this and you know these people have no for humanity. These babies were like plucked chickens being bit like, what the fuck? Yeah, Planned Parenthood brought in fucking at full-term abortion. Do you know what? It's so sick. Yeah? So fucking sick. I've had comments on there. Oh, it's too dark. The graphic, they're trying to desensitise people. Like, what do you want people to do? Put roses and rose petals over the dead babies? This is for undercover footage from Planned Parenthood. Like, they're 30 months, these people. And Kamala Harris was she's a sick bitch as well. Mind you, she's gone very quiet, hasn't she? I don't know what's going on now. And also, I want to talk about the fucking cartoons, because this documentary opens with, it's a clip that's taken from Adult Swim, Rick and Morty Adult Swim. Fucking these people's wet dreams. Yeah, that's what Adult Swim is. These sick psychopaths' fucking wet dreams. Yeah, and it opens with these figures banging babies on drums. Yeah, like, hey, bang, 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 bang. And then you get shown Unbelievable Tales, it's called. And it's hosted by Crumplestein with Slippery Slappers. Yeah. Now, in it, this man stabs a child and starts fucking the stab hole. And also, when it comes to like snuff movies and things like that, there's always a genre. It's like an action, it's movies. So there's always a favourite genre, and I know that like baby and toddler rape is all the fucking rage. Yeah, Yeah, and that's and also dolphin porn. Like, and please, I don't pull this shit up from the ether, you know. Yeah, let me tell you, it's a thing. But what is a thing as well, and when you research this, you see, you know, yeah, and pluck it, like popping out a right eye, the right eyeball, and sticking the well, do you know what? They must like, but fucking the eye hole is a thing, and fucking a stab hole is a thing. Hey presto, it's on a cartoon. Yeah. Now you can't tell me that's fucking comedy. Like, how is it funny to stab a child and then fuck the hole, the stab hole? Is that comedy? Tell me who's laughing at the moment, because if you are laughing, you're a sick motherfucker. Yeah, but this is on E4. Fuck's sake, man. And let me get little Nas X again. Did you know, people, that, I don't even know what you'd call it, right? One fucked up black brother, mate. That's what that is. One fuck. Well, I don't know what the fuck. But you know, he has that limited edition trainers, which have real blood in the bubbly bits. Great. And if you haven't seen his latest video, not the one where he's having sex with snakes and shit, right? And the devil, when he was giving the devil a lap dance. No, I'm talking about a different one. The new one. Like, it glamorises prison, but it's the naked brothers behind him with their dicks swinging around like windmills, man. They're blurred out, but oh my God, how you got fucking... Like, and it's just getting fucking ridiculous. You got that naked attraction show where you see the cock and the fanny before you... Like, what the fuck is going on? But that's tame, really. But it's still, like... You know, people are not tiptoeing in that direction anymore. There ain't no totalitarian tiptoe. It's fucking massive great strides. And I'll tell you what, if you've got teenagers and they are watching that brother and thinking that he's cool, you got worries, man. Seriously. You got Sean Atwood in the schools. Oh, great. He's a proper role model, that motherfucker. Little Nas X. Now, all I know is I think he must be Nas's younger, because that's how it goes. You have a younger, right? See if I had a younger and the younger's going on like fucking up fucking man in jail and having backing dancers swinging their cocks all around. Yeah? I'm telling him jog on, mate. Are you fucking kidding me? So I don't know why Big Nas needs to be talking to Little Nas, if you ask me. Even on a... Like... Showers, like the showers. Oh, I'm thinking, and they're all dressed in pink as well. Yeah, nah. I don't know what's just happened now. Oh, is it not coming through? Oh, fuck. Hang on. I should check it really, because I don't even know. I ain't got no comments, but then again, it doesn't. I'm doing me late night ones again, and I so. Oh fuck! Oh, don't tell me I've been talking all this time. Shit. Sorry. See, I'm just rubbish at this shit. Oh no, I am. Okay, it's working. I can see it there. But right, that threw me for a minute. Let me get a minute. Let me Yeah. Well, I was basically going to mention Bob Saget. Oh, cheers, thank you. Right. I was going to mention like the Nickelodeon pervs. Yeah. Nickelodeon. You know, a lot of people like, you know, a lot of youngers they grew up with Nickelodeon. And Bob Saget, I think he was he was the dad with the Olsen twins. You remember the Two of a Kind, which was fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, it was. But when you watch this doc, you'll see what a vile piece of shit he is, right? And then you've got the Victor Salva, Brian Peck, who got convicted of raping a child on set. He's, you know, a convicted paedophile raping children. So he's not allowed to work directly with children anymore. But he can be a producer on a show that has direct access to children. And it like the drugging and the raping, like that's what a lot of people don't get told about. Yeah, like, you know, there's a thing about the drugging and the raping, and Brian Peck's been done with Victor Salva, and also the vice president of Disney. He was the vice president there for fucking long time, man. And the amount of like convicted paedophiles that are nicked in Disney World as well. But I'm getting a bit off some subject there. Sorry. What else did I go? Well, do you know what? I might as well just go into. I just needed to get that off my chest. Ah, one more thing. Now it's a 6 weeks holiday. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be going to caravan sites, which are brilliant. They're lovely. But I just want to give you a few pointers on, you know, it's just basically just to make you aware of what you shouldn't really, you know, when it comes to outdoor pools, right? A lot of people get their children changed around the pool. What I will say about caravan sites, they are lovely, full of children. So where you get children, where you know, is how it is. But the outdoor pool is of a special, you know, what I will say, if you've got children, stay away from the bikinis. Yeah, I mean, I'm just giving advice. You can do what you want to do, mate. Like, it's up to you. But I'm just saying that best not, like, don't draw unnecessary attention to your child. Yeah, and that's just, you know, I'm just saying, you know, saying to be aware of, and never get them changed around the pool. Don't, you know, don't let them run around with just knickers on with no top. And I know it's you know, it's but this country is fucking full of nonce protectors, and they can. I think they think they got a right to come and, you know. So if you draw attention, like, just you know, just use your common sense, but always use a changing room. Always use a changing room. And yeah, and to stay away, and try not to let your young girls like experiment with makeup and shit, because these people will just look at a child with makeup on. They don't see what you see. They don't, you know, they see. Well, I'll give Tom O'Carroll what he was saying. He believes that a little girl, a 4 or 5 year old little girl, can indicate whether she wants to have a sexual relationship with him if she's sitting on his lap and he compliments her on her knickers. Now, this is not me making this up. This is on fucking 60 Minutes. Yeah? Tom O'Carroll was a member of PI, Paedophile Information Exchange. Yeah? and a very vocal member, because he was saying the same shit in 1970. Brian's got the footage of that as well. And there's another bit of footage with him, like, yeah. So I'm not just coming up with this to scare people. I'm telling you, there are a lot more like-minded Tom O'Carrolls out there, right? Like, so yeah, just be a little bit aware. Also, when it comes to DIY livery yards, now I am not saying for 1 minute that every DIY livery yard is dodgy. A few of them are though. Scummy people, some of them. But then, not gonna lie, I meant some blinding people. And I'm talking from experience, because I was up a yard once, yeah, not far from me, and yeah, they kind of shocked me with their with the way they think and what goes on up there, right? And just be aware that, like, you know, most of them in there are pucker, but you don't. There's no names, no checks, and you can get, like I said, you can buy a horse from the Travellers, yeah. Go and stable it for 25 quid in a DIY livery yard, and then say, "Oh, I want to put that horse out on loan." People who are in that, they know what I'm talking about. And what draws in a little girl more than My Little Pony? So I know this. So does every paedophile and nonce probably in the fucking country, because there is a DIY livery yard in every rundown part of London. You've got them in Deptford. Well, I'm not saying Deptford's run down anymore, but, like, you know what I'm saying. Bermondsey, they've all got them. Brixton, and they'll be tucked away, and they have no interaction with the community apart from they seem to find the poor vulnerable young girls. Yeah, so you know, but it's a lovely place to be. Like the horses, you know, but it's just, we're coming up to the summer holiday, so I just think, you know, it can't do no harm me saying it, can it? Like, but yeah, please stay away from the bikinis. I mean, teenagers, yeah, like, that's different, but I'm talking about, please don't put don't put them in bikinis. Really don't, because it's bikinis are ultimately, you know, they're there to show off as much, to look sexy. And yeah, Marilyn Manson was talking about he wanted to start up a Tinder for sexy kids. So, you know, it's but it's all up to you anyway. It's, you know, you all do what you want to do, but I just thought I'd give that a thing. But that documentary is made by a guy, he's from BitChute, and his name's Eddie English as well. And yeah, like I said, it's hard hitting, but then again, you know, when you start realising how fucking sick and twisted, like, we're not talking about nonsense here. We're not talking about even child trafficking. We're talking about the human meat, 90% McDonald's, and they're gonna let that slide. You know, that's gonna let that slide. How the fuck is that not on the front page of every newspaper? How comes it don't make the front page of the Express? Like John and his bullshit Baby P story. And you know what, John? Let me tell you something now. I'm going to be all over that motherfucking story, because that is bullshit. Yeah, and James Fielding, I know you're James Esposito, and I will fucking prove it. Yeah, and John, you're fucked. Yeah, because at the very least you are fucking protecting it and covering up for this bullshit. You're not even a fucking Fed. Right. Alright, so just know I'm all over that motherfucking shit. Yeah? Fucking joke. Fed. Yeah, let's talk about police, shall we? or fake police. As you all know, like, I've got to know Brian so much more lately, and I've been down and I've seen more of his evidence. And do you know what? It is absolute, like, it shell shocked me at the gross misconduct that has been facilitated by Richard Mallett. Now I know you've all heard that name before, yeah. But Richard Mallett is more than just a name, yeah. That motherfucker is I can't even say, like, as a criminal lawyer, right? Nah. But guess who his one other client was? Ronnie Biggs. Now, if he represented Ronnie Biggs like he represented Brian, wow. But my question is, why was he representing Ronnie Biggs when you're such a shit fucking lawyer? Yeah, a criminal lawyer who allowed Brian to be charged with the most ridiculous, like a wrap of white powder that had been banging around for a month before it got to the police, but wasn't recovered by the police. That then was used to send Brian to prison for 56 days, which some corrupt fucking family court judge, whose name's redacted now, by the way, imposed on Brian if he breached. Like, now, bearing in mind, when police do exhibits, every T has to be crossed and every I has to be fucking dotted. They don't fuck about. But he's the killer. One of the police officers in his statement says he took the exhibit back to the police station and filed it under miscellaneous. What? Now, I don't know what no miscellaneous box is, right? Or where that would be in an exhibit room, because if there is a miscellaneous box, who the fucking hell, what goes in that? And this is in this police officer's statement. And yet, Richard Mallett, this hotshot lawyer who represented Ronnie Biggs, did not raise any concerns about the chain of custody. He allowed Brian to be charged with this offence, knowing Brian is going to go to prison for 56 days. And he did go to prison for 56 days. Now, what I think, like, we need some, if anyone can, because when I say the gross misconduct, I can't begin to tell you. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Never mind, he had police come to his yard, with firearms to nick him for malicious communications for Ian Puddock. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, they had guns. No. And the case never got to court again. This case never got to court. Tactical firearms unit's going to turn up for a malicious communications. Are you fucking kidding me? That's ridiculous. But yeah, Richard Mallett, Brian's legal representation, the man that he's put his trust in, didn't raise the most, like, there is no way that any of that shit would be admissible in court. No fucking way. It'd been in the hands of News of the World people. Whether you wanted Dr. Jack Chuddy for it, and he admits he had it a month. A month. 1 fucking month. Before he handed it over to the police. You think that's going to be admissible? But oh no, Richard Mallett, hotshot lawyer, allowed Brian to go to prison for 56 fucking days. This is a criminal lawyer. And it even gets worse. Because Brian tried to raise concerns about this absolute fucking insult to the bloody judicial system. And I'm not going to lie, like, criminal lawyers, like, they represent you, like, properly. Like, it's just, and the fact that the exhibits wasn't questioned, that Richard Mallett knew that weren't going to be admissible in court. Yeah, and he's been recommended to Brian. Oh yeah, he's Ronnie Biggs's lawyer. Something ain't fucking right there. Yeah, but the thing is, there is, a mountain of evidence of, and he's already been convicted. He's been convicted of fraud as well. Like, what the fuck? But Brian tried to report him in dates about 2017, 2018. And do you know what they told Brian? Due to information, and basically said that Richard Mallett was under investigation, so they couldn't help Brian at this time. Excuse me. Like, this is the ombudsman people, whoever it is, yeah, said that because Richard Mallett was under investigation, they couldn't help Brian at this time. Now, if you're running an investigation into a corrupt lawyer, hotshot, definitely connected, Ronnie Biggs and all that coup, like, he comes highly recommended. Oh, for fuck's sake, now I just lost my train of thought. I will get it back in a minute. That's me trying to be funny. I was trying to think of a joke and it just sometimes goes a bit pear-shaped. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Basically, we need... Oh, yeah, that was it. He reported him. Now, if you're running an investigation into somebody corrupt, and somebody who has been a victim of absolute gross like, he should be struck off, mate, right? But you don't tell that victim, we can't help you at this moment in time. You go and take their state. If you're gathering evidence, or you know that there is an investigation into this certain person, you're perverting the course of justice, man. What the fuck? And it seems to me that after Brian got this 56 days, they fucking... Oh, don't even get me started on the ID parade. I don't know if you all know that Brian got chopped in the head. Blatant setup. 100% a setup. 100%. And when you chop someone in their head, you're not going to wound you. That's a kill shot. That is a proper kill shot. Chopping someone in their head is not. I mean, right? But when he was doing these 56 days, the police, like, he got a message, he was in the jail and they said, oh, the police are coming down tomorrow about the ID parade. And Brian was like, look, no. They turned up at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. 6 o'clock in the morning to do an ID parade. that's just ridiculous. And you know, and he had to do the ID parade, pulled him out of bed, and then they basically said something went wrong in the ID parade. Now, I've done ID parades, yeah, not as like somebody, you know, used to do these group ID parades in the tube station and shit. Like, it's only if a punter went to the police and said we'd scammed them, and then they had, and then they had to pick you out. But even like, he had nobody there. He said he did not want the police to come down. Yeah, and you have a right. When you're in prison, the police just can't pull you out of bed at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning and take you to an ID parade. Like, that's just ridiculous. You can't, you don't just walk about jail. Well, I don't know about now, but you have to be like, you can't just be walked down willy-nilly. 6 o'clock in the morning, there's something so wrong here. But Brian nearly lost his life then. They proper chopped him in his head. Fucked him up and chopped him in his head. But because, you know, and it's but that's not even that's just the fucking start of this shit. Yeah. But the fact that Brian did try to make a complaint about Richard Mallett, raise concerns, he took all he said. It basically, he's fucked over Brian left, right, and centre, and now he's just been convicted of being a fraud, right? Like, I can see the gross, but I obviously don't know the right channel. You know, when I tell you now, if someone can give, like, Brian's gonna get an email, yeah, so that you can contact him, whatever, through the email, yeah, because I believe that if a decent lawyer looks at this shit, right, it's the police. There's so much, like, what the fuck, a tactical firearms unit, like police with guns turning up. And since he's been jailed, it seems to be like, yeah, open season. Well, Paddock, season's done. Yeah, season's fucking done. Because but Brian ain't even done nothing wrong. He could have, you know, because he got chopped in the head and nearly killed, and it wasn't a joke business. He's got fucking massive thing out of his head. So it shows me that they didn't want them people ID'd. Wonder why that is. Because I can tell you a little bit about how that shit goes. Yeah, it ain't that easy, right, to get people to come and chop someone in the head when there's no beef. You have to know someone. Yeah, and you're talking about, like, there are. I'm not saying that there are youngers out there that would do that. Yeah, it's normally over a beef shit or something. This is straight up, like, they jumped him, fucked him up, and then this one with a black guy with blonde hair, by the way, just saying, Monarch, come and just chopped him in his head. Now, why would the police not want to find these people? Pulling Brian out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning after he said he didn't want to. He should have had legal representation. He should have been advised he doesn't have to do this. No. And Richard Mallett, right? And I just want to say this. The more you people fuck about, the worse it gets. Let me tell you that now. Because now we're at Ronnie Biggs, and now we're going to be looking into see what's going on there. Because if you're involved, Mallett, there's some serious corruption going on there. I don't know much about Ronnie Biggs. My dog's called Ronnie Biggs though. I don't know much about Ronnie Biggs apart from, great train robber. Always thought it was out of order, the fact they got 30 years. Yeah, never hurt no one. Oh, sorry, the guy died. But if Richard Malley is representing Ronnie Biggs, oh, like somebody who doesn't even know the chain of that, I think the police call it continuity, but it's chain of custody of an exhibit. When you like, it's just nuts, because there's no way them firearms officers were police officers. Not a chance. Not a fucking chance. And I've been in situations where firearms officers have been like come through, and the one thing, police, don't move, and that they have to identify themselves, and people say, it's all theatre. No, it ain't fucking theatre. Theatre for who? It ain't theatre for fucking Brian, who done nothing other than like be true to himself and be like, what the fuck? Yeah, so to be quite honest with you, I'm telling you now, the evidence is so fucking overwhelming. But don't no one be coming with no false bullshit, because to be quite honest with you, we'll clock it. Yeah, I happen to believe that the public will help if they can. Yeah, and like when it comes to the I know about criminal lawyers and shit like that, but I wouldn't know like who the best to go to, because there's been some serious gross misconduct, and sending why? Like, why they keep doing this to Brian? Why they keep doing it? It's beyond a joke, because I'm not too sure if any of them have been feds, and I fucking know John Widger ain't that, without a shadow of a doubt. And I don't think he was at that. I don't even know what's going on with the baby P. Yeah, but when what I know is that if you got John and James Fielding both involved with the Andrew Ash bullshit, well, you see how much that Andrew Ash, fuck me. But there's a black and white checkerboard thing in the back as well, in his background. And if you notice, John never used to speak about the baby P case. Yeah, all he wants to talk about is a fucking bullshit Rains list. Which I ain't even going to lie, people. If anyone pays attention, I'm sure there are Satanists on there. I've no doubt about that. Yeah, but when I tell you now, that Rains list, it's been in the custody of Camilla Batman Jelly. Yeah, no one knows where it come from. And the only person pushing it was John. Yeah, so that's what he wants to read out fucking names about that. Yeah, but you can't name any of the corrupt police officers. And also putting in complaints to the IOPC or whatever he used to say he did. John, you know that weren't a certified document, so you knew that they couldn't take your complaint seriously. You're fucking fed. Them document, that Rains list ain't official. It was written by some God knows who anyway. But just to let you heads up as well, FYI, Brian Hurl turned up at Brian's one day with a Rains list. And well, I'll let Brian tell you about that, because I know they spelt Bill. They spelled Nat. Like, come on, man, what the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? And yet he talks about all that, but he doesn't ever mention the baby P case. Like, well, if that's true, is that not something like an achievement? Is that not something like, come on? Didn't want people looking too much into it, because that was another Express front page story, just like Andrew Ash. And guess what? John and James. Fuck's sake, man. Like, it's... But Richard Mallett, yeah, if anyone can tell us how we can find out whether he's a... Because if he is a criminal lawyer, I need to know what people he's represented. Because if you... Like, let me tell you something now. If you've represented any... You can't... Listen, you get fucking... You can't be that shit a lawyer. That you don't know... like you're not raising concerns over gross miscarriages, gross misconduct. Right? So, you know, like... And another person, these ITNJ seatings, yeah, I just want to tell... Right, see Robert David Steele, the guy with the black robes who sits there looking like he's a judge, right? He's a fucking liar, right? He gave evidence at his own ITNJ seatings that are completely made up to look like fucking proper courtroom, right? And he was talking about Pizzagate. And he, you know, and everyone believed he was credible because it's like, wow, you know, he was saying, yeah, it's true. And but what he didn't tell you is how close he is with Nora Maccabee. And Nora Maccabee, her father and her brother, Max Maccabee and Michael Maccabee. Michael Maccabee was James Alefantis' lawyer. And Max Maccabee was to do with the Haitian orphanage that Laura Silsby tried to took them 33 children from. Just saying, yeah. And that's no conspiracy theory. That's 100% fact, because he wrote he wrote the prologue for a book called Paedophilic Empire, and Nora Maccabee done the drawing, like she's done the artistic work. And he is extremely good friends with the Maccabees. So there was a lot you left out about Pizzagate then, wasn't there, Mr. Steele? Yeah? You know, talking about, oh yeah, in America, people said, you know it fucking happens here, you piece of shit. And there is only, like, to make, because John, like... I don't even like saying it happens to, but I'm sorry, like, there is too much suspicion around that case for me to say 100%. I can't do that, yeah. But it comes up in every single credible documentary. Like, it does my nutting. Anneke Lucas, that's another one. You know, the sex trafficked victim from... but she's friends with Nora Maccabee. And Izette Folger, which is the other sister, but she's married now. Now, why would Anneke Lucas be rolling around with the Alefantis crowd if you're sex trafficked? It doesn't make sense. But I think Robert David Steele and Anneke Lucas both on Sean Atwood's. There you go. Don't quite know what's going on with his channel, or like I did hear it got. I don't even know what's going on there, but it's all bullshit anyway. Oh, what else am I going to talk about? Yeah, but with Robert David Steele, he needs to start asking some serious. He needs to answer some fucking questions. Yeah. Because he's the one who's pushing. Like, these researchers, they're being made to believe that John's given evidence in a courtroom. Yeah. You know, that's how it's put over. You know, they've got the whole that's what it's there to do. And he'll be ex CIA spy. So you can't do no background check on him. You don't know what he did, you know, ex CIA spy. So how'd you go and check him out then? Yeah. Where's your credentials? You ain't go, who gives you credentials? Oh, I know, Sean Atwood, sorry. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. And it's getting to a point where they're just taking the fucking piss. Yeah. And in and around all this, they're in documentaries where there's real shit going on around. And then you see John Widger pop up. Oh, yeah, whistleblower. Whistleblower my fucking ass. Yeah, Sean, the paedophile activist and anti-child abuse. Fuck, like, you know, they're taking the fucking piss. But moreover, yeah, people talk about cyberbullying. What the fuck has been going on to Brian? Like, you know, even when John and Sean don't think they're having a pop at Brian, and then like, why? Fuck's sake, man! And when I say with these fake police, they think it's open season. Yeah, we can go and do anything to Brian we want. Who's he going to call? Richard Mallet? Nah, fuck that. Yeah. And as a lawyer, barrister, solicitor, whatever the fuck he is, yeah, I'm telling you now, you're going to end up in jail, mum. Listen, like, it's, I don't even, because every time, like, I see another bit of evidence, I'm just flabbergasted. Like, how is a police officer filing an exhibit under miscellaneous? Miscellaneous what? Look up in the dictionary and see what miscellaneous means. Fucking all different bits that are unrelated. Whoa, didn't file it under Brian Harvey exhibit. Miscellaneous. So if there is anybody out there that can tell me what a miscellaneous box is, I would be very, very intrigued to hear that. And I'm sure a lot of people that I know would as well. Because, like I said, his only crime is that he weren't bending over and taking it. Like, seriously, he's gone beyond a joke now. Yeah, and all this shit's happened to him. But the people who, like, you can't have a criminal lawyer. Like, what the fuck? Even the guy who went with him when he got charged, yeah, who's meant to have his best interests are. Let me tell you, when I've had an ID parade, right, you have them in the tube station, right, they were called group IDs. I'm going so far back when fingerprints were like when you had to roll it, right? And we used to have it in Piccadilly Circus tube station. Right. And what would happen is that the punter would go and say, "Oh, look, like they've conned me out of my money." We'd deny it, and then like they knew it. I mean, we were so well known, but they couldn't do us for clipping. It had to be like you had to have a punter who's going to make a statement, and 9 times out of 10 they didn't, but then they did, some of them. Right. So you'd have to have this group ID parade. And when I went for my group ID parade, they wanted the punter to stand at the bottom of the escalator. Yeah. And I'd have to come down the escalator. You come down with a crowd of people and that. I've even grabbed someone's arm and said, right. And my solicitor, well, she wasn't a solicitor. They have these people who go and represent you at a police station or where. And her name's Maurice, fucking brilliant. And she said, no, he can stand at the top. I'm not having him having all that time to view my client. So that's what they do. Yeah, it wasn't getting me, it was just stating a fact. An ID parade, you either have a line up or the group ID. Yeah? So that's what they do. They look out for your legal interests. I know like somebody who got off of a case because the police walked up to her in the street and said, "Is that her?" Yeah, you know, ID parades and being charged with possession, supply and possession of a Class A controlled drug. Being told a hitman, you know, Zorba was a hitman. Got paid 15 grand for it. Didn't even turn up at court. The evidence got lost. Yeah, and there can't be no time limit here. There cannot be it can't be, because Brian tried to raise concerns about Richard Mallet. Yeah, but also as well, like I'm going to write down that there's a few police, well, all of the police officers actually, and you wear it. I'm literally, there's a PC Childs, who was the one who picked up the said wrap of what, which was a different colour by the time he picked it up, and then a year later decided to say, oh, sorry, it was different. Like, I mean, serious gross misconduct's gone on here. Yeah. And you know, this is just not about Brian. Like, I can't state to you now, like, Brian is not a criminal. Brian is not a criminal. He just said, no, he's just not down with being sodomised and fucking pimped out and using a bit. No. Yeah, and I know sometimes just people have seen him angry with it, but the thing is, he wasn't concentrating on what he did, because the legal system, you trust in. Even I can't get over how, but I think since he got them 56 days, yeah, then armed police are you got police turning up with, well, fake police with fake guns. That's obvious. That's when they took his computers for Puddock. But that never got to court. Got thrown out before it got to court. And in trots Richard Mallett. Yeah, like that. Nah. No. It's but if anyone knows anything about Ronnie Biggs and his legal representation, because yeah, I'm not going to lie, like that. This man needs to be held accountable, because he's just been done for fucking some millionaires or something. But oh, yeah, it's all when it's Brian, and when you start letting things like that slide because you might not like that person or you might not think. This ain't about likability. This ain't about, but Brian is very likable. But obviously you're going to get, you know, you are going to get people to think. But this is not a popularity contest, right? This is about a absolute, complete, gross fucking negligence, misconduct by fucking somebody. Yeah? And Richard Mallett and Ian Puddock, yeah, are really main players in this. Seriously, main players in this. And that Richard Mallett, he needs it. Like, I mean, I know he's going to be struck off now anyway. But the thing is, what about Brian? What about fucking Brian and Brian's life? What has he done? He hasn't done fuck all wrong. And I mean, you know, he's even been so respectful to people that I personally wouldn't have been respectful to. But I'm not, you know, it's not for me to say. But like, seriously, he's been called a woman beater. He's fucking hell. And then you got police with guns turning up. Brian's got no violence. Never shown it. There's no risk of fire. The only reason they come in your yard is if they with tactical firearms is if they believe that there are either going to be firearms in the property, or there's somebody who's firearms and someone that's going to, you know, they don't send them for malicious fucking communication. And then you got the Fed walking around with the gun in his hand. That's like what? And it's some sick fucking game, but the thing is, it's Brian's fucking life. Yeah, people who ain't got no fucking regard for sending food. Now, do you know what? It wouldn't have been so bad if they'd have paid for the food, because Brian wouldn't have ate it. But at least the people are getting paid for what they're fucking delivering. Oh no. When they send food to his house, it ain't paid for. And even just on that disregard, like, who do these fucking people think they are? Yeah? And everyone that let it slide. No, I ain't getting let it slide, because when I say, even someone with a bit of legal knowledge, you go, like, you see, it's just ridiculous. It's, and the police, like, need to answer for it, because if that was them, why the fuck are you going tactical firearms unit to go and nick someone for malicious communication? Then he gets people with fucking fire extinguishers and angle grinders. Oh, nothing ain't come of that case either. It's fucking a joke. Yeah, seriously, a fucking joke. Yeah, and like I said, this isn't just about Brian Harvey. This is about our fucking freedoms. Our, lawyers, criminal lawyers, sending people to jail, like, but innocent, like, who ain't done fuck all. He's been chopped in the head, never got no retribution. Oh, no. Don't want to know about that. They want to send tactical firearms for malicious communication. What the fuck is that? It's so bad. But people do need to go and watch that documentary. Yeah, and like I said, just watch it in parts if you have to. I had to kind of lower the sound as well because but it's fact based. But even like we've got human meat in McDonald's, we've got fucking rappers with fucking blood in their trainers, limited editions, like dicks swinging around as backing dancers, all in pink, fucking someone up the arse. That's on YouTube. And yet me, just sitting here, just saying, gets taken down. I ain't got backing dancers with dicks swinging around with like windmills. I'm not promoting jail. I'm not promoting home. I'm just sitting here like, just saying. Yeah, I've been just saying for ages now, and But yeah, hopefully I'm gonna get it is all set up, but I fucked it up, the OBS thing, and then I get panicky, so I just thought I'd just go the old school way. Yeah, just had it. But my BitChute channel, that's definitely, and all of my, I'm going to be putting a link up on my YouTube and that to my BitChute. People, you all need to get over onto BitChute because you see YouTube, it's ridiculous. Yeah, because adults ain't really gonna, no, they don't sit and listen to what their teenage kids like watch or listen. It's like it's I don't know I don't know how it's got to this. Cartoons stabbing children and then fucking them in the stab hole. E4 Adult Swim, are you fucking joking me? And they call that comedy. You got Bob Saget sitting there saying he was imitating sex with a rubber. Oh, but they're not even doing it subliminally. They're writing it. Oh, you want to watch that Crumple Crimplestein and Slippery Slappers? Oh, and Little Dicky, who's a pedo, who's wanking under a pizza box. Why are people not protesting about the Arts and Embassies programme? That's a real programme. They are legally trafficking fucking children. Live performance art. Except for when it ends up on their walls in a fucking painting, they're not live. They're fucking dead. And that's okay. Like, seriously. Also, as well, someone showed me something the other day, and I've got a thing, it's called salad fingers. And apparently it was like, it was about like 25 years ago. My mate was like, I used to think this was banging. And when you watch it, it's so inappropriate. But no more inappropriate than fucking that Nas guy fucking having sex with snakes, giving devil's lap dances, having trainers with real fucking blood. What the fuck is that? And even if it's not real blood, it's representing blood. So, and I thought Christian Louboutin with his red soul was bad enough. Oh, no. So, but like I said, like, that's all part of a bigger picture. But there is something that can be done now that's going to change shit. And that is, like, like, the bottom line is like, if Brian's case contains some of the serious names, right? Ronnie Biggs's lawyer. How has Ronnie Biggs's lawyer sent him to jail on a trumped up charge? Yeah? Like, the intelligence services. Because the fake police, they're behind that. They've got to be. And Paddock, what the fuck is that about? Like, seriously? For what? They're sick fucking jokes. No. Like, so if, like, until we get the email up and running, if you contact me, and I can forward to one, because all we don't need no help with putting it together. We've got it together. It's just, where do you go? Because there's no getting out of this. It's the police, the statements, no, it's not right. It's fucking not right. It really isn't right. And you've seen him outside Downing Street. This is his life. That's how much it meant to him. And I mean, stopping my benefits is right, but they're reinstated. They're going to be sorted by next week, no problem. Brian's like, and there has been 2 serious attempts on his life without a shadow of a doubt. Right? And fake police going saying there's a threat to your life. Not like Daniela, that fucking nitty, stupid bitch, yeah? Who is a proper nitty, the worst kind. Yeah? Like, what the fuck? And all the son want to do is print out shit about Brian. No. And like I said, since they got away with that fake fucking bullshit, yeah, with that Zulba brother, it's Zulba, right? They must have thought it's been open season on Brian, and people have the audacity to sit there and try and judge. Do you think I do this for fucking fun? When you watch the documentaries that I put up and because I watch them first. What, I do that for fun? Yeah, all right. Like, and like, where is it? Where are all the real people, man? But I will say, like, people's always saying to me, oh, they want to help Brian. Constructive, like, showing what's the best, because I wouldn't even know where do you go and make fake police? Because there's some serious fucking dodginess going on. Yeah? Serious dodginess. It goes back to the Ian Watkins case with that Joanne Magelix, his ex-bird, who was like, fuck's sake. And like I said, don't think I was chatting shit about Barrymore either, but I ain't really had, you see one, and then I look at more evidence and I'm like, bro, this is a madness. It's a fucking madness. Fucking tactical firearms to come and take his computers for Ian Buddick. Fuck's sake, I'm surprised he ain't a backing dancer for young little Nas fucking ex. And who's the Rainbow Brother? Takeshi, what was it? Takeshi 6ix9ine. What? Like, when did Rainbows become part of, like? It's just. But like I said, they're not even hiding it no more. Yeah, and people can try and turn away all they want. They can try and, like, pretend it's not happening, or they can try and poke, like, what was it? Oh yeah, I'm a chronic speed freak, or I can't go back on the streets because people want to kick my head in. Are you fucking dumb? Like, I ain't blown up anything other than fucking child traffickers. So I don't know where people are going, but just, what is wrong with you all? Because sooner or later, it's going to affect you all. Yeah? What, you think the people that are orchestrating this, do you think the elites that love you? No? It'd be your fucking children, because your children are watching the same shit. Do you know what? But yeah, that documentary, I'll post it up again straight away as soon as I come off. But like I said, have caution. It is very it's but it's all fact based, and that's the thing. How do you pretty that shit up? I don't even know how anybody, like, and comedy and shit like that, like, even Richard Pryor, man, like, no, like, fuck off. Like, I love Richard Pryor, I really did. But, like I said, that's part of the bigger picture. I don't even know why I just done that. That's part of the bigger picture. But right now, Brian has real evidence. He has real, like, do you know what? I can't wait for someone who knows what they'd like to just look at these documents. Yeah. And as for Richard Mallett, yeah, the fact that he did try to contact the ombudsman, I think it was the ombudsman, I can't even remember which one it was, but he raised it, and he has the reply, and that's what they said. Currently, Richard Mallett is basically under investigation, so we cannot help you any further at this time. That's ridiculous. It's just beyond ridiculous. And he's just been fucking convicted of it, like. And I know there's going to be something dodgy with the Ronnie Biggs. I can't say what it is at the moment. I ain't got a clue. But yeah. So like, to be quite honest with you, we need to know him where to go, because like I think he's got enough there to fucking bring down. There's connections to a lot of shit. Because even Barrymore's lawyer tried to get hold of it. This is what I'm saying. Like, this ain't just like a little road beef or whatever. People involved in this shit. Joanne Magellix. Oh, she was a baby and toddler rapist girlfriend, Ian Watkins. Tried to get in touch with Brian. And the cesspit but they ain't stopped. They're relentless. Even trying to get him to go away. I said, yeah, you're going to be the hot dog, man. Fuck that. It's but there's some big names attached to this. So there is a real chance to get this out there. Because, to be quite honest with you, I don't even know how they can even. They can't even try to wriggle their way out of it. It is just so blatant. Fucking fake police officers. Yeah. But where do you think these fake police officers are going to lead to? My guess, John Wedger. And the fucking. I don't even know. I ain't even going to bother to say anything about it, because I ain't even that interested. But it's about John's best friend. Apparently he's got I think it's a guilty verdict or something. But then, like, I don't know what to say to that, because I don't even think it's still real. I really don't. I don't know how they've managed to do that. Probably the same way as what they did with Brian's fucking case. Fake fucking police, fake fucking court cases. Yeah. And back in the day, I would have been able to do a bit of networking in the jails, because jail's like a very closed circuit network. But yeah, but Wakefield's very interesting. Be giving that another little go in lights. But yeah, I think oh God, I didn't even have nothing to say, and now I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. So I'll give you all the rest from me. But thanks for listening anyway, everyone. Also, I want to just take this chance to like big up. Thank you, Leanne, and also thank you to my, you all know she's my friend Lenore. She's been like a rock, like, because it's been hard. Yeah, regarding whether it's been hard having my benefits stopped. I mean, seriously hard. Yeah, and I'm not no beggar. I've always grafted, earned my own money. I've never had no, but I haven't got no other avenue. And I tell you what, I'd have been so fucked. And Lenore, I had to phone up the other day because my electric actually ran out. That's how deep it got. But they're going to get reinstated. So yeah, it has been difficult. So I just want to give it. She's so dear to me. She's so dear. And yeah, just want to say big fan. And also thanks to Brian. Like we're gonna get somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna get some. I'm telling you that now, because this is just fucking beyond a joke. Yeah. And any lawyer will be disgusted with if Richard Mallett's a real lawyer. If he's a real criminal lawyer, he would have represented bare people I know. Not only just that I know, but just like you let Brian go to prison on a trumped up charge. Shame on you, mate. Shame on you. And shame on everybody else who allowed that to fucking happen. There's been irregularities, illegalities. Don't forget, the original sentence was attached to an injunction given from a family court, whose judge's name he'd been redacted now. But there's some serious dodginess going on, whatever way. And everyone up in arms about the family court. Well, what like this all part of a fucking theatre show, basically. What, for Puddock's benefit? Well, fuck you, yeah, Puddock, because you orchestrated all of this in the first place. Yeah, you are definitely the puppet master. But we've got top corrupt solicitors, pricks like Puddock. Yeah, game over, mate. It's game over. You've had your time. You've had your chances. Yeah, you had to fucking. You're a disgrace to the intelligence. You're just a disgrace. Full stop. Yeah, you Sean Wedger, the fucking lot of yous. Yeah, you're just disgusting. But anyway, I'm going to go now because I'm getting annoyed. And my dog's starting to run. Ronnie's starting to get, because I've had to shut him out. All right then. Well, anyway, thanks for listening, people. And I'll speak to you soon.